This is My Superstore Simulator, a game where you own a supermarket, and lately I've been seeing it everywhere, so it made me really wonder how much time would recreating a copy of such a game take, and am I even capable of recreating it alone? So I decided to accept the challenge, and to spice it up even more, I set a limit of just 1 week for myself. So without further ado, let's get started. As you can see on the first day, I started by working on the player's movement, and then I started working on creating a simple empty room with a register so that I can start working on the raycast and interaction systems. So currently, once the player's raycast collides with an object of type interactable, it will show an interaction prompt for the user to press the letter E. So now, ladies and gentlemen, I introduce to you my new register animation. It works from all directions and positions, and it gives a really smooth transition, all using tweens. God, I really love tweens. Now moving on, as you can see in my Superstore simulator, you can go to any box and pick it up, and once you open it, you can place all of the items on any shelves. So I wanted to make that system in my game.
20 minutes later.
And now finally the player is able to pick up boxes by clicking E, and then once they go over to any rack, they can place it on any shelf by also clicking E. So as you can see, press E to place item. Now I still didn't do any of the display updates, but as you can see over here in the inspector, how the number of the quantity keeps adding up every time I click E until the box is empty, which means that now I have to add the ability to drop the boxes on the floor or throw them away in a trash can. And just before ending day 1, I added a new shop menu which can be accessed with this box over here on the wall. Inside of the shop menu, you can see details about all of the products that you can buy and for what price, and of course how many comes in each box. And currently, once you click buy, the item immediately gets delivered. Maybe I'll change it later or maybe not. And I also updated the display with a placeholder model. Now here's why I actually skipped day 2, because in reality I spent almost half of the time I had just trying to learn how to model and texture the cereal box, and once I moved on to the sugar box I also saved its texture with the same name in the same folder, which meant that I lost the cereal box's texture, so I did end up doing it again, except that actually I also lost it again. And that was why I called it a night and started working the following day in the morning. I was able to finish texturing and modeling the sugar box, the cereal box, and also the coffee box. So now I just finished stocking the shop, and it's time to show you this new feature. Once I click E on this little box, it will open the supermarket, and we should just wait about 6 to 12 seconds. It's a random wait time until the first customer comes in. And as you can see, he came. It's a model actually from my old game, Cubot Collector, that I just used maybe as a placeholder or maybe not. We'll see later. Anyways, as you can see, it will currently, only for debug reasons, show you a little label up there that will show you how much is their total and how much money they gave you and how much you need to return to them. And as you can notice, the shelves automatically remove all of the items that the client purchased. And now if a player wants to drop a box, they simply just have to press Q on their keyboard. So it's currently day 4, and now the user can finally buy all of the furniture from the shop menu under the furniture tab. Now I will buy a single dry rack, and once I click the letter M on my keyboard while looking at it, I can enter move mode and it will show up as green if I can place it in a position and red if I can't. And once I click R, it will turn around by 30 degrees. I will place it over here, and of course as you can see I can't place it inside of walls or inside of anywhere that it would collide with another item like the register, the cash, or another shelf. I will place it over here, and of course it still functions as normal. I can add all of the items to it and it's not a problem. And now I will buy a double dry rack. This thing can fit up to 60 items at once, so I think it's really helpful and useful for the player. I just need to maybe change its price because currently it's not effective at all. And now I only had one more thing left to do for today, which is saving the game's data. Of course, every player who's playing a simulator game expects to see their progress still staying even if they close the game and come back later. So I want to do just that. I need to save the furniture, where they are and what items they have. And I also need to save the boxes that are on the floor, their position, and of course what items they have. I think it will be quite easy and I will start with it right now. So yeah, as you can see, I set up this really simple scene with some furniture and some items on display. And of course, once I exit and come back, everything will stay in its place as expected. And now I just had to add the boxes to the saving system because currently you will lose them once you get out of the game and come back in. So now that I was done with most of the game mechanics, it was time to choose a certain theme for my game and actually start working on the game's design and graphics. And since I already used these little robots from my old game Cubot Collector, I will stick with their theme, which revolves around space, and I will put the supermarket itself inside of space, as if it's a space market for these little robots.
Everybody knows that you're doing that because putting the supermarket in a real environment is way out of your budget.
Okay, that's enough. You can shut up now. And just before I continue, I want to show you one more thing. Now you can go to any shelf that has an item and click interact on the price tag to be able to change the price of the item. As you can see, the menu will show you the name of the item, the cost, the profit you're making by the current price that you set. You can use the slider to change the price to the maximum of $4.5 and the minimum of its own price, so you can't lose anything. You can press OK to proceed and cancel if you don't want to change the price anymore. And the red button on the left decreases the price by 1 cent, and of course the green one does the opposite. So you guys, right now I finally have a main menu. We have all of the options like play, settings, about and quit. We also have links to my YouTube and itch.io page in the bottom. In the settings menu we have control over our music and sound effects and master volume, and we also have control over our camera sensitivity and some additional settings like full screen and automatically remove boxes. And so I finally have my space market. It's literally amazing. I think it looks really wonderful. It fits the theme really well and I really like it. We also have these asteroids outside and a model of Earth, which is really cute, and a delivery spot. Now let's go inside so that I can order a couple of products and a double dry rack, and then I can show you what they all look like. So I'll get some peanut butter, chocolate, vanilla cake mix, flour, and all of these items. Now I also have a new register, which only the screen is functional, but yeah, it's fine. And let's go. So as you can see, this comes in a box right now. I will place it over there. And of course the furniture placement mode still functions pretty much the same. We just have these extra prompts on the side which are really helpful. And now I will speed this part up so that I can show you once I'm done how all of the new products look like. Meanwhile, if you've made it this far into the video, then don't forget to like and subscribe and turn on the notifications so that you stay updated on everything that I post. So finally I finished restocking up all of the supermarket, and as you can see we have all of these new products which all look really unique and amazing. I really love them, and almost all of them have like these blurred writings on the side which are meant to be that way. My favorite is of course the pasta and maybe the peanut butter. Now the chocolate cake mix and the vanilla cake mix look really alike, but yeah, it's intentional. And we have also the chocolate spread which has like a toast. I'll move it and it says my chocolate, as you can see. I think they look really amazing. And we also have this new register which now I will show you how the text looks like. And let's just wait a sec for a new client to come in. They take quite a while to come in at first, but then it's better. Okay, so as you can see here I have this new animation and it looks really wonderful. Okay, so he gave me exact change, so I don't need to give him anything. Anyways guys, I hope you enjoyed watching this video just as much as I did while making this game. Space Market is gonna be available on my itch.io page, linked down below, for Windows, and maybe I'll attempt to make it playable in the browser. One more thing I need to mention, that this video isn't sponsored and I just did this game for the fun of the challenge, and if you played this game, don't forget to leave your opinion about it in the comments down below, and who knows, maybe I'll get back to it someday in the future and give it more updates. But for now, that's it. See you next time. Goodbye.